The purpose of this video is to give you some practical steps that you can use to prevent something like this happening. Let's check it out.
Something they will not tell you when you buy a house, or at least they didn't tell me, and now I'm salty. So when I first bought my house, my mortgage payment was $1,151. After my first year living in that house, they raised my mortgage to $1,579. The fuck? I thought I was tripping. That is a $428 increase. I was under the impression that my mortgage payment would literally never change, but I was wrong. So here's what happened, and I'm going to use example numbers.
Before she goes further, this is common with new construction where you have a builder. The builder owns the lender. They also employ the sales rep. Here's the point. If you're going to go that route, what you have to know and understand is this. Every county, township, parish has some sort of tax appraisal district. All you have to do is type in an address that's close in proximity to the home that you're looking to buy, because obviously it's new construction. It's probably not on the appraiser's rolls yet, to get an idea of what taxes will look like based upon an improved property in the development that you're living in. If for whatever reason, if it's a brand new development and there's no comparables, if you will, to get a gauge on what taxes will look like for folks like you that are living in a home and have a homestead exemption, then you simply take the purchase price and multiply it times whatever the cumulative tax rate is for where you're buying your home. When you go to the appraisal website, you'll get all of the different millage rates, the different taxing entities that make up the total percentage. So the school district, the fire district, what have you. It varies based upon where you are. Now, why is this important? Because you're a homeowner now. And this is something that will affect you going forward. And so it's very important for you to know. So that's how you can prevent a shock of your payment going up. Let's move forward.
So let's say there's a house and the value of that house is $20,000. Because the value of the house is so low, that means that the property taxes are also going to be significantly low. So let's just say the property taxes are only $500 per year. Okay, now let's say an investor comes in and rehabs the entire house, puts everything brand new into the house, boom. Now it's a beautiful home. And now the value of that house is $150,000. Okay, now because the value of the house went up, that means that the property taxes are also going to go up. So now the property taxes are $2,000 per year instead of $500.
So this is another good point when you're dealing with pre-existing homes or a rehab situation. You're not going to have huge swings because you could look at the homes around, if nothing more, to get an idea of what the tax rate is, and then multiply it times this new improved value, because you moving in, that's what you're going to be assessed from. Moreover, when you're buying pre-existing, say the taxes on the house that you're buying are super, super low. That should be a red flag. Again, go to the county, parish, or township's tax appraisal district or the tax assessor collector and get some understanding as to why the taxes are so low. My point is, they might have other exemptions that are not going to be associated with you. You always want to look at the worst case scenario. What are the taxes on this property without any exemptions, unless you know you have those same exemptions. So this is another way in which people get blindsided, because you want to hear the payment is here, but we're educating you so you're not a victim, but you understand the full matter before you become a homeowner. More importantly, you know where to go look at these things if your lender is not protecting you, because that's what he or she should be doing. Let's move forward.
And this is what they did not tell me. So basically, I believe it's every single year they come and do an assessment of your house. And they say, what's the value of this house from last year to this year? And if your property has increased in value, they are going to increase your taxes. Now, I am highly upset with the people who my mortgage lender and my realtor for not explaining this to me. And the reason why I'm so upset is because I would have been okay with that if they would have explained that to me and I was ready and prepared. But no, I just got a bill in the mail and it said a $428 increase due in 2 months. I believe the issue is a lot of the times, especially when it comes to young people and first-time home buyers, realtors and mortgage lender, whoever you're dealing with, they don't want to give you all the information up front because they just want to make the sale. They just want to make money. And I believe that is so unethical because now I don't even want to work with you. Like, just tell me so I know and I'm prepared.
She made a lot of good points. A lot of these lenders are just entertainers, for lack of a better example. And their job is to go out and get these leads in. And then when they come in, somebody on the back end is actually doing these things. So you do have to understand who you're dealing with. There's levels in everything in life. Now, with that said, we also as consumers have to take some accountability. You know, when stuff doesn't go our way, well, I'm young. Well, you're young, but you guys have access to all this information. Regardless of age, here's the problem. When I want something, I hear what I want to hear. The task of a good lender or realtor is I need to present to you the truth, the facts, and so that you can make the best informed decision. Far too many times when you want something, you hear what you want to hear. So don't do that. When you buy a home, the only portion that does not change if you get a fixed rate loan is the principal and interest. The taxes, the insurance can change on an annual basis. And here recently, they've been changing because of all the stuff that's going on. Let's not be in la la land. We're adults. This is an investment. You have to maintain the investment in order for it to pay off down the line. And when it comes to a home, it provides the most important thing, utility, and you can nurture your most valuable investment, which is you and your family. And in doing so over time, it becomes a forced savings account that grows. That's just facts. If you understand these things, this will prevent you from having this type of remorse. If you're somebody that wants to get a better understanding of how much you should buy, we're back to that B word again, the budget. You can watch this video right here that explains the numbers and where you should stay between to make sure that you have enough wiggle room for when taxes and insurance go up. Okay, watch this video here. And then if you say, hey, Robert, I understand all that. I just want to go to the next step, but I'm having some issues, some barriers when it comes to saving all of the down payment and closing costs. Well, check out this video over here. Talk to you soon.